Hello and welcome to the third tutorial from Debt Justice Wiki. In the previous two, we basically introduced the wiki and how you can register for an account and create and add or edit an article. And the second one, we talked about article formatting, how you can add links, how you can add headlines and subsections. Now, in this tutorial, we're going to talk about figures and tables. And these are very important when you try to format and create articles or just edit existing ones. If you can remember, in the second tutorial we talked about, we started creating this Brazil's experience with debt audit article, which is basically a replica of an existing article called Opening the Books Brazil's Experience with Debt Audits. And the reason we've chosen this article because it contains all the necessary Debt Justice Wiki skills you need to make up to create an article and edit that, because it contains figures, it also contains tables, it contains references, categories, all that sort of thing, which we'll cover in the next in this tutorial and in the next tutorial as well. So far we've created the whole text in our article, and what we want to do today is add the figure and the table, which you can find there. First, let's add this figure. We want to add it underneath the debt situation section, so let's go to our article there and edit this article. But before we do this, I'm just gonna have to upload a figure which we're gonna add to that section there. So you can see from the toolbox on the left hand side, you've got the links, you've got the related changes, and then you've got upload file. If you click on that, this brings you to this page here. So if you just click browse and look for your file, basically there it is. I've called it Brazil graph 1. So I'm just gonna do open, and you can see straight away there, that's the article. It shows you to make sure that this is the right figure which you would like to upload. Just to remind you, there is certain types of figures that are accepted with our wiki, and the JPEG is one of them. The other one is PNG, I think. And if you go to the help section, I'm just gonna open this in a new page there, and let's go to add in a figure. There is a link there. Make sure the figure type is accepted. So if you click on that link, there it is at the bottom. This tells you the types of figures. So we've got JPG, JPEG, and PNG. Anyways, once we uploaded the file, sorry, this gives you a preview of the file, then you can actually click upload file. Because I've already uploaded the file under Brazil graph 1, I'm just going to change the name to Brazil graph 2 and click upload. And because there is a duplicate, because of the file name, so what I'll do here, I'm gonna go to my desktop, and there is a Brazil. Let's call it Brazil graph. That's it. Let's try to upload file again. Brazil graph. That's the preview, and upload. Even though that the actual file has a different name now, but the wiki software detects that it's actually a duplicate of the following file and brings you to that original file. But I'm just gonna ignore this warning, and I'm just gonna click save file anyway. There it is. So this is once you see the file uploaded already, then it tells you there. So it's there, successfully uploaded. And what you can also do is go to your special pages, and under recent changes and logs, you can see gallery of new files. So if I just click on that, yeah, I can see the new file uploaded now, and there is the previous one, which I was warned about. Anyways, if you click on that, you can see the actual file. So going back to our page, which I wanted to edit, there it is. So I'm inside, there is the social problems section. Right, I'm now gonna edit this. Right, so I want to actually edit the debt situation. Yeah, there it is. So there is the debt situation. If I click on it from the table of contents, then I click edit here. There we go. Now I want to add the file. In order to be able to add the file, I'm just gonna use the help page here. All I have to do is, once I've uploaded the file, yeah, there is an embed file shortcut here, which you can see there. It's actually it's like a picture, and you can use it from the text editor. So once I click on it, you can see here it starts with left square bracket, and then file, two dots, and then the file name, and then right square bracket, right square bracket. So I'm just gonna call it, type in the name of the file. So Brazil graph, which is just .jpg, which I just uploaded. Let's do a preview of this. This is the basic form of uploading a file. And what that does, when you just type in file, two dots, and then the name of the file, it brings the file in its like full size. Looking at the help pages, you can actually manipulate this into in different ways. So we've just done this, which is to bring the file and display it in its actual original size. Now we can actually change it in a way that we can make it smaller, and we can put it in a thumbnail box, and we can give it a name even, and we can keep it on the left hand side or the right hand side. So let's try that. I'm just gonna copy this now. Okay, let's take the name of our file. So now you can see we've got left square bracket, file, two dots, the name of our file, which is Brazil_graph.jpg, vertical bar, and then thumb, just thumb, which you can see it from the help page, and then vertical bar again. Here it says left. I want it to actually on the right hand side, and I'm just gonna call it Brazil's debt, and let's see how this will show. So you can see this actually now it's inside a thumbnail box, and you can see it's actually called Brazil's debt, which is the title I've given it, and it's sitting on the right hand side. Again, the same thing could be moved to the left. I'm just gonna type in left there instead of right, and you can see it's sitting on the left now. What other thing we can do is actually control how big it is. So let's say we want it in the right size, which is 300 pixels. So after the name of the file, you can just do a vertical bracket and whatever size you want it to be. So let's say 400 pixels there. Show preview. There you go. It's just there. Now I don't want it to be sitting on the left or the right. I want it just to be in the middle. So I'm just gonna do that. So it's actually whenever you put it in a thumbnail, it automatically does that. So I'm just gonna remove the thumbnail and the title. I'm just gonna leave the picture and the size, which is 400 pixels, and it's giving me that. That's what I actually wanted at the moment. there is other things you can actually do, which is to add a link to that page. So, and for that to happen, you only need to do is give the file name and then just add link equals a name of an internal page. Let's say all I have to do is vertical bar link equals name of our internal page. And because we've taken this article from this original object, so I'm just gonna copy this. So link equals opening the books, Brazil's experience with debt audits. If we show preview, now this is our full size figure, and if I click on it, it actually takes me to the original article there, so which is fantastic. That's what I wanted to do. So let's just make it smaller. So vertical bar and 300 pixels. There we go, and the link's still working. And you can see that because when I just hover the mouse over it, you can see. Okay, now it disappeared. But it was just a moment ago. The name of the actual page, it displays it. Anyways, when you click on it, it takes you to the right page, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna save this, save page, and there you go. So this is how you can add a figure, and again you can just come to this section of the help page about adding a figure, and you can see all the settings you can do with the figures. Now let's look on how you can add a table. And from the original article there is a table, I think, in social problems. There you go. So we want to add this table now under social problems. So there is social problems, edit, and there we go. So just looking straight at how you can add a table from our help section, I'm just gonna copy this and then just explain it. Now each table starts with this sort of I recommend that you just copy this from the help page and then edit it as you go along. I'm just going to explain it quickly. Each table starts with this definition, class equals wiki table. It just tells the wiki I'm going to create a table. Now the second line is just a vertical bar and a plus sign, and then there is a table name, what you want to actually call your table. So what I will do is I'm just gonna call it social problems in Brazil, just like an example, social problems in Brazil. Yeah. Now you've got, each time you got this vertical bar and then a minus sign, this means there is a horizontal line. Same thing there, same thing there. And what these are, actually anything in between is a row, and each line in there is actually a column within that row. So because here I've got 3 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, so this means I'm gonna have 3 of these, 1, 2, 3 rows, but within each row I'm gonna have 6 lines, which means 6 columns basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So let's start with the first row. So the first row, you can see the first column is Brazil. So I'm just gonna paste that in there. Second column is index of economic reform, and that goes in the second line. See, each new line starts with the vertical bar, and so on. So again, index of electoral democracy, that's in the third column. Now I'm gonna add to or actually 3 more, because the previous table only had 3. Then the GDP growth per capita, that's the 4th column. Poverty percentage, and then we've got the last column there. So now I've got all the columns of the first row. Then all I have to do is just copy again these numbers for the second row, each in its correct order for the right column. Again, I'm gonna have to add 3 vertical bars for 3 columns. Sorry, so 0.6 for the 4th column, 40.6 for the 5th, and 17.1 for the last. Now this is the second row, and again, as I said, there is a horizontal line. Now the third row, just gonna copy it from that table. And obviously this goes for each table that you want to create. This is just a standard format which you can use for any number of rows or any number of columns. And this is the most basic table, which I feel is most suitable for our wiki. Right, so let's just preview this now. All I've done is just separate each row by this vertical bar and minus sign. You can see that. So we've got, and as you can see, we've got 3 rows there, and then we've got a vertical bar for each and a new line for each column. So apart from that, I'm just copied everything from the help section. So I'm just gonna do show preview to see our table, and there you go. You can see this is an actual duplicate of our table, except for the in the previous one I actually didn't put in a title, which I've done in this one. Okay. Again, if you go to the help page, actually you can get, there you go, you can see here it says more table styles and settings can be found this reference. And if you go down there, media wiki tables, I'm just going to open a new page, and you can find all sorts of tables. You can see there even without the borders and the lines, and you can even color them. But for the basic stuff, I think this is working just fine there, as you can see. So I'm just going to save this page now, and as you can see, we've got our figure in there and we've got our table. So thank you so much for watching this third tutorial. In the next one, I'm gonna talk about references, and I'm gonna talk about categories as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.